You're watching the Alabama Football Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham, and on today's show, I want to talk about college football playoff expansion proposal. Now, it hasn't been completely finalized as we film this, but all momentum is heading toward a 12-team playoff system. The playoff committee, led by several of the top conference commissioners, has proposed a 12-team playoff system, and pending approval, this would get going for the 2023 season. So still 2 more years of the 4-team playoff system, which has obviously been very good for the Crimson Tide. Have only missed the playoff 1 time since its inception in 2014. That, of course, was in 2019 when Tua got hurt and Mac Jones played the end of that season. But I think for pure college football fans, and I think even you Alabama fans, a lot of you guys would agree, this is fascinating. Like the sport continues to evolve, and obviously Alabama has taken advantage of the current system and has performed very, very well, but it's not like expanding hurts their chances of making the playoff or winning a national championship. It just gives other teams more opportunities to represent themselves. You look at the most CFP appearances, 7-year system up to this point. Bama and Clemson have each made it 6 times. Ohio State and Oklahoma have made it 4 times. Notre Dame has made it twice, and then several other teams have made it 1 time. I think now the goal with this system, get a little more parity in the sport, give some other teams some opportunities to see what they can do on the biggest stage. Now, what do you guys think? Do you like the college football playoff expanding from 4 to 12? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in down in the comments section, and let me know what you guys think. I'm in favor of expansion. I know Alabama's like, we don't, you guys are probably like, hey, whatever the system is, we're going to put our heads down and ball out because that's what the Crimson Tide do, and that's why I don't think you guys should be worried about this. Like, Bama's going to be just fine. They're still going to be the team to beat in most scenarios. Now, in terms of what the expansion looks like, a couple things I want to explain here. Number 1, so you go to 12 teams, which means there's a round of 16, 5 through 12 would play in that. Top 4 seeds would get a bye. Who get the top 4 seeds? The 4 highest-ranked conference champions. That's not just Power 5. That could be Group of 5 as well. The 4 highest-ranked conference champions, the highest-ranked Group of 5 team, will get a spot in the college football playoff because that means they would have won their conference. That means they will get in as well. So G5 is represented. So a couple of things to keep in mind there. So one more note, by the way. Notre Dame, as an independent, can't get a top 4 seed. Does this force them to join a conference? That'll be very fascinating to see how it plays out. This is how it would have looked like last year. So, again, top 4 teams get a bye. Bama would have been included. 5 through 12 would have been like this. Notre Dame would have faced Coastal Carolina in the 5-12 game. Cincinnati would have faced Georgia, who they ironically played in the bowl game last year anyway. Texas A&M, Indiana, that would have been the 6-11 matchup. And then Florida, Iowa State in the number 7 versus number 10 game. I don't know about you guys. That would be electric, those matchups right there. Then you expand forward, right? So here's when the top 4 seeds come into play. They're waiting in the quarterfinals right now. Alabama was the top seed. They would get the winner of Notre Dame and Coastal Carolina. Cincinnati, Georgia winner would face Oklahoma. Ohio State, would face the winner of Texas A&M, Indiana. And then Florida, Iowa State winner would face the number 2 seeded Clemson. That's how last year would have looked. One more note on this, by the way. The 5 through 8 seeds in the round of 16 matchup games, they would get home field advantage. So those round of 16 games would be at home stadiums, which would be a lot of fun. The one thing I don't like is apparently in the current proposal, the quarterfinals would be at current bowl sites. You wouldn't get home field. I personally think if you're a top 4 seed, you should get a game at home in the quarterfinals. Like if Bama goes 13-0, wins the SEC, and they're in the number 1 overall seed, they should play at home in the quarters. And then you go to the current system for semis and finals, rotate between the New Year's 6 games for those 3 games. And then, you keep that part how it is currently. I think this is going to be fascinating to watch how this story unfolds. I do think expansion is basically coming very, very soon, barring a last-minute bailout by this committee. But, hey, TV networks want more money. More football is a great thing for everyone involved. We will follow this story here on the Alabama Football Report, so keep it tuned to us, and we'll see you next time.